Oh, Brimstone main, kijk W.
Told ya! The best arrow for A is the God arrow, but obviously this one is really hard because it's kind of pixel perfect. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna place your bottom left HUD line just on the left edge of this very treetop. You just need to practice this one a lot. So it's gonna be something like this. And then you do 2-bar no bounce.
Revealing area.
And this one reveals everything on site here and even people rotating from B main. It's an insane arrow. If you want a fast and easy alternative, you can just stand here and just aim for this tip here, just as it aligns with the background like this, and do 2-bar.
Revealing area.
So it lands there. The fast version is just standing anywhere here, just aiming for this tip as soon as it aligns with this background, and just do 2 bars like that.
Revealing area.
That's the fast version. It's just gonna hit right above the window there and reveal a lot. But if you're gonna slow push, what you want to do is get into this corner, and then you see there's a space here in the wood, and you just want to aim in like the right part of the wood like this, and you just full charge it.
Revealing area.
And then you can slow walk up, and then as soon as the arrow lands, you push in. It's gonna land here on the box. There you go, that's perfect.
I go into this corner and I find there's this steep hill, and I aim at this corner of this, on this mountain right here, and you simply 2-charge. It lands pretty fast and gets you so much info. It's one of the best arrows, I'd even say. It lands right here, and it spots anyone who is here behind the side in this corner, and even players in this corner as well. So it's very useful to do this one. This stone, and you want to place your cursor anywhere on top of this side of the wall. Just you want to see it, and when you will 2-charge and jump like this. Super easy, lands perfectly, and once again uncovers so many spots on site, and your enemies would only have to worry under heaven, maybe spawn, and this corner. So it's super useful and get you so much information.
Arrow to reveal inside window, you can get into this corner until you stop, and then you're gonna put your left diamond, the bottom of your left diamond right inside this one, like this, and do a 1-bar.
Revealing area.
Lands right there. And up against this spawn barrier, and then I would place my left diamond right into this light bulb like this and do a 1-bar.
Deep breath.
And it's gonna look like this.
Revealing area.
So what this one does, it reveals garden, but it also reveals people that will stand here, so you can actually assist your team peeking from B for some wallbang kills, which is super cool.
Let's do this recon. You just simply get in this corner, and you will be using your HP bar line, and you will place the tip of it on this corner of the building, and you simply free charge. Super easy to do, and it can be really useful. Then I go right here, and if I spot someone with this arrow, I ult them, since enemies won't see this coming. You should use your arrow right here, shoot it right there. That way it gets you so much info. It lands right here, and it finds everyone under heaven, or literally right here, pretty much anywhere. And if you have a high penetration gun and you spot someone under heaven, you can shoot through this wall, through this floor, and kill them. There's this God arrow, which you should always do if you are playing Sova. And you can either shoot it on this side, like on this corner, and it gets you so much info. It reveals literally the whole side, anyone short or pretty.
Want to reveal the front side of the bomb site, so just aiming anywhere in this top corner like this should be fine. This area is usually smoked off as well, which is why it is fine to just stand here and aim like this. If they're pushing you on A and you're forced to fall back, you can also go into this corner and do the retake God arrow, where you just put the left diamond right in the corner of this one and do a full charge like this.
Revealing area.
And this is going to reveal the entire site. It's super good.
Oh, Brimstone main. Kijk W.
Shot dart. Trick shot.
Told ya!
This simple post plant choke dart which I remember. You just simply place your crosshair into this most top left connection and you one bounce and just press it.
Shot dart.
Super easy and lands pretty fast as well. Gonna land right here on this default spot.
Even there are some really good double shocks post plant for A and C, but not really for B. But for A, you're just gonna get into this corner here. Don't jump on top of it, just stand here. And then you're gonna aim right at this corner of the roof. Not right on the corner, but slightly up like this. And do a 1 bar, 1 bounce. And then right after, you're just gonna tap slightly to the bottom right of this light bulb. And it's gonna land right on where the suitcase is. It's really easy to know where to plant because there's a suitcase there. I'll show you.
Shot dart. Shot dart.
Lands right in the suitcase.
To the sandbags. And you will be placing your right diamond on top of this. Like that. And that's your first one. And you free charge.
Revealing area.
Then you go down and you just place your crosshair a little bit below this corner. So that it might be aligned with this one. Like that. Pretty simple. And you 2 charge.
Scanning ahead.
And altogether it will look like this.
Revealing area. Scanning.
It lands pretty fast and can get you a free kill.
So a nice fast double shock dart for the A long orb. You get into this spot here in the middle of this line. You're gonna do a click with the top right corner of your bottom left HUD line inside this yellow thing here. Do a click, and then do a click and bounce on this corner afterwards. So it's gonna look like this.
That you should know if you are here on spawn and you hear them planting, you can do this arrow. You just simply place your crosshair on top of this where there's wood once again, not just a wall. And you one bounce and free charge.
Shot dart.
That way it's gonna land on this default spot and can get you a kill or at least some damage or even deny the plant.
Oh, Brimstone main. Kijk W.
Shot dart. Trick shot.
Told ya! For attacking B, you can also do the God arrow there. This one is also super hard to line up. Recently they changed the design of the charge bar, so I had to make a new lineup for this one. So you're still gonna be aiming for somewhere around this area, but you're gonna use this roof edge here to understand when you're in the right spot, because this edge should just disappear on the left of your screen. So if you look now, I'm looking to my left until that little edge disappears, and then I do 2 bar, 2 charge.
Revealing area.
This one goes in through the window there, bounces off the back wall, and lands right on this yellow gong here. Again, this one is really precise, but you just need to practice it. It does work. If you want a fast and easy alternative, all you have to do is just aim between these two. Just do a 1
Revealing
bounce
area.
click. Just lands in the front. It's also nice if they're pushing out here, you can stop them. Show you guys 2 quick variations of attacking B. First, you can just aim between these two. It doesn't need to be that accurate, just do 1 bounce and tap it.
Revealing area.
That's if you want to fast approach B, because it's just gonna land there. It's gonna get destroyed quite quickly, but it's a very fast arrow that can be nice if you're just pushing. If you want a slower version, you can stand on the same spot. You put your diamond on the corner here, the right diamond on this corner here. Just like that. 2 bounces, 2 bars.
Revealing area.
This one's gonna fly into the window up here and bounce down on the site and land here and reveal the entire site. Fighting over garage is quite essential in most rounds, so a really nice arrow for this is to get up against the spawn barrier, and then you're gonna align your top HUD line with this corner like this. You see this line there? You align it in the corner like this and do a full charge double bounce.
Ready.
And this one's gonna
Revealing
bounce
area.
through this and right back here. I've received a lot of wallbang kills with this one. You basically just tell your team to spray the doors while you shoot the arrow, and then these protective barriers should go away and you'll be able to wallbang someone when they get revealed.
Push B, you can do this arrow. You're just gonna hit either of these sides of the wall.
Revealing area.
That way, when it lands here, it gets you info in the backside. Anyone here and either here, or if you landed it right here, right here. Super useful. When you use, which can be surprising for enemies, you can shoot your dart through this,
Scanning ahead.
like that. So that way it lands on the roof, and anyone who pushed, anyone who's here is gonna get spotted.
Wallbang on by getting into this corner until you stop, and just aim for the middle of this line and do a double bounce full charge.
Revealing area.
And then you can wallbang right on this wooden panel with medium and high penetration weapons. Also a nice wallbang arrow that lands into sewers. This is one of my most popular arrows I've ever made. It's very hard to line up though. You need to find the brick with this crack on it and then line yourself up like this. And then you're gonna take your right diamond and just put it a few pixels over this corner here, like this, and do 2 bounce 2 bar.
Revealing area.
And it's gonna bounce off of the window back in A main and then land down in sewers here. If you're standing here, you can wallbang with Odin, and if you stand here, you can actually also wallbang with medium penetration weapons. If this arrow gets shot a lot, you can also do the 1 bounce. It will reveal less, but it's gonna be harder to kill. You can also do a wallbang arrow for A main. You just get into this corner and you're gonna use the dark spot here and do a 1 bar jump,
Revealing area.
and this one will land back here and reveal A main, and you can wallbang through here with Odin or Operator or other heavy penetration weapons. If you're playing B, you can use the same lineup spot that we used for the sewer wallbang, but this time we're gonna use the A main wallbang lineup. So you're gonna aim for this dark spot once more and do a 1 bar jump,
Revealing area.
and this one will land at the back of the window here, so you can wallbang people from B main. If you suspect that they're rotating from A or B or maybe all the way to C, you can actually do an arrow where you get into this corner here and then you aim for the very top of this window like this, somewhere in this area, and do a full charge double bounce
Revealing
like
area.
this. And this is gonna bounce out here and then land at back of terrorist spawn, and even C's in here. If they're gonna push out middle or just want a lot of mid control, you can get into this corner like this and just aim for the top corner of this flag and do a 1 bar 1 bounce, and it's
Revealing
just
area.
neatly gonna land in the window frame here and reveal most of middle, including inside the window. Okay, if you want to wallbang through garage, through the double doors, a quick way of arrowing is just to like aim for this corner and then move it till you reach the roof. And you just do a 1 bar,
Revealing area.
and then you have time to run out here and peek just as it lands. And if these walls have already been destroyed, then you can basically just wallbang straight through both sides. If you want to reveal more of second mid, you can get into this corner and then you place your left diamond right under this flag like this. It doesn't need to be super accurate, and do a 1 bar.
Revealing area.
It's gonna land on the ledge here and reveal most of this area.
You just simply stand in this B-link and place your crosshair right here, and you 1 bounce and full charge on this wooden area.
Scanning ahead.
This arrow will bounce off and land right here in the back, and you can get ready with your Odin and spam through these doors or through these sides of the wall. Super easy to get so many kills. I really recommend.
Into this corner really quickly and do a 1 bounce full charge right here
Revealing
in the
area.
middle next to this window frame. It's gonna land right here and reveal most of sight. It sees some peekers in cubby, it sees a lot of garage, and the entire area around default plant.
Oh, Brimstone main, kijk W.
Shot down. Trick shot.
Told ya! So there's a shock dart you can use to stop the guy from defusing on B site, but you need to be very quick because it takes about 6.2 seconds for this one to kill them. So you need to fire it straight away as you hear the diffuser, because the diffusing takes 7 seconds. So you're gonna get up on this ledge and just aim for anywhere around this wooden beam like that, and do 1 bounce, no charge,
Shock dart.
like that.
Shock dart.
So that's gonna land
Revealing area.
right here. For if you want to, but for me at least, there are so many bricks that I didn't really want to use the lineup for all these different bricks. So I decided to use this line here and align it with the line of my bow like that. Obviously you can choose a different way to line this up, but this is just to show you guys. So it's just 1 bounce, full charge,
Revealing area.
and that's just gonna hit right there as well. Just aim almost as high as this edge is, and just do tap shock darts with 1 bounce,
Shock dart.
because they're gonna bounce off the back wall and hit right on default plant. So that shock dart can do a lot of damage or kill someone. So a really nice double shock you can do for a default plant on A is to stand here, because this box came in the last patch, so we needed to do it again. You stand here into this corner, then you take your right diamond tip right there on that corner like that and do a 1 bar. And then you just tap it afterwards while aligning your crosshair vertically with this light bulb, but very close to the edge of the roof. So it's gonna look like this.
Revealing area. Revealing area.
There you go.
And either deny it or use it maybe in a post-plant situation even. Just wanna stand in the middle of this frame, plank in these doors, like that. And you will be using your own drone wheel, the left one. And you will be placing it on top of this light bulb. Like this. And you simply do charge, that's your first one. Then you go down, and once again you will be using your drone wheel. And you just go down and you wanna place it next to this connection on the roof, so that way the head of the drone is aligned with the bottom of it, like this, and it's just simply a tap.
Scanning ahead.
So altogether it will look like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing area.
This one can get you so many kills if you are there on time.
Red also found a way to do the same double shock that Casper did, but for C default. So you get into this corner until you stop here. There's a spot where you stop. And then once again you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you aim for this top wooden panel here. And you do a double bounce, full charge.
Shock dart.
You run into this corner and then you get your knuckle right on the corner like
Shock
the
dart.
old one there. Okay, so this is a double shock variation for A site default plant. I think it's Casper who found this in beta. So basically you're standing right here in the middle of this thing, and you're gonna aim, you find a 5th window on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're just gonna aim for this wooden panel here and do a full charge double bounce. And then you're gonna run straight after and just line up the regular double shock last arrow by aiming next to the bulb
Shock
here.
dart.
Playing defense and you're expecting them to plant default on C, you can stand in this corner here, and first you're going to use the green line below your drone icon and put it right here on the tip of this wooden panel like that, and do a 1 bar, and then you're going to pull down until your bottom left HUD line meets the corner of this wood panel. So it's going to look like this.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Oh, Brimstone main, kijk W.
Shock dart. Trick shot.
Told ya! So the god arrow for C, you're gonna go into this corner with the big flower pot. And then you see this corner with the pink flowers. You're just gonna put your charge bar diamonds right in the middle of the edge of those flowers. And just aim slightly over them like this and shoot 2 bar.
Revealing
And this is
area.
gonna hit the lamp behind sight
Found them.
and reveal everything, including garage. So if you're attacking C, The God arrow for C is to stand in this corner and aim for the tip of this branch like that and just do 1 bar.
Revealing
It's
area.
super easy and it lands right here and it's gonna land there every time. And it reveals everything on this site except here. For C, I pretty much use 2 alternatives. You have the standard one that a lot of people use, just get into this corner and just aim for the tip of this leaf and do 1 bar.
Revealing area.
It's really good, but a lot of people expect this one. That's why I also made an alternative that is a bit trickier to shoot. So you just align yourself up with these lines like this, and you just aim for the top of this wooden panel with a 1 bounce full charge like this.
Revealing area.
You can practice on making this one hit all the way down on the tip to make sure that it also reveals back here. So there's a really good variation arrow you can use for C that hits this speaker. It's a bit pixely, but if you practice it, I'm sure you're able to hit it consistently. So what you want to do is just aim for this wall right here, because the speakerphone is just behind here. So you just want to line up until you just see the smallest amount of space here, because then it's going to be easier to hit. Then just aim at the middle of this wall and do a full charge.
Revealing area. Found them.
There.
In B side, I love to do this arrow. I just simply place my crosshair on top of this or into this gap somewhere right here. Doesn't have to be super perfectly precise. And you just simply 2 charge. That way the arrow lands here on the back side. And usually it spots at least once someone. And it spots a lot. Or there's even one more better arrow, but you would have to go in this corner. And you just simply place your crosshair on top of this, a little bit below it, so that you don't accidentally hit it here, and you full charge your arrow.
Revealing area.
This arrow will land right here on the roof, and it's gonna spot the whole site. Anyone who is pretty much anywhere is gonna get spotted. Even people are here, literally everywhere. You just 2 very simple arrows. First one, I just send it on the back of this wall, and I know if they are coming, it will either spot them or they will break it. That way I can give info to my team. Or I just simply shoot the arrow right here. There's this bigger tile on the roof, and I just simply full charge it there at the beginning of the round.
Revealing area.
That way it lands right here, and once again can get me a lot of info if the enemies are coming through this gate. Either they get spotted or it gets broken.
On garden, you can get into this corner here, and then you can create a corner. You see this dot and this end where they meet here. You can create a corner there. Do 1 bounce full charge like this. You
Revealing
can practice
area.
the pixel perfection of this one yourself. But it's gonna land right here, like that. So what you can do, you can get into this corner right here, and then you can put your knuckle on the corner like that, and just do 1 bar.
Revealing area.
Just like that. And if you're defending C, you can either use this one, which is super simple. You just go into this corner here, aim for this very corner like that. Full charge, 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
It's gonna land right on this corner. It's hard to destroy, and it also reveals here. Or you can just aim for slightly under this tip here and do a full charge arrow. You're just gonna hit the
Revealing
branch
area.
right here and still reveal most of this. It's a Sova, so what you can do, you see this little gap there? You just want to aim slightly under it like this. And just go full force. And it's gonna hit a branch on a
I'll
tree
find them.
behind, and it's gonna reveal the entire back of C-Long. Watch it. Like this.
Revealing area.
And I can stand ready to aim. Okay. Okay, so they're all in middle, so. Usually consists of getting a recon up in this corner, and once again
Revealing
this
area.
area is usually either smoked off or walled off. And then what I
Like taking C, there's the simple arrow. You just wanna stand somewhere around this connection, and you place your crosshair next to this window, next to the bottom of it, right here, and you 1 bounce and full charge.
Scanning ahead.
This arrow lands super fast and gets you so much info. Anyone who's in the back, or on site, or even a little bit of this cabby,
If they push you and you want to retake with your team, you can get into this corner here. Just do a full charge 1 bounce while aiming for this brick corner here. And it should reveal most of
Revealing
the site
area.
really easily. Even this spot. So more advanced retake arrow that is more pixel perfect, but it also reveals more. It's kind of like the reversed god arrow. Is to get on this third tile corner here from this door. And then you're gonna place your charge bar right next to this square here, all the way until just the light part disappears. So you see there's a light part here, so just when this one is covered. So you might have to practice this one to get it pixel perfect, but it should be like this.
Revealing area.
Oh, brimstone main. Kijk W.
Shot down. Trick shot.
Told ya!
Is here in this corner. You just want to look up for it, and there's this pretty much circle of these from these leaves, and you place your crosshair in the middle. Super easy to find. Just look up and you place it in the middle and you free charge.
Scanning
That's
ahead.
your first one. Then you go down and there is this tip of the mountain, and you place your crosshair on this tip, and you 1 bounce and 2 charge.
Revealing area.
So altogether it will look like this.
Scanning ahead. Revealing area.
Lands pretty fast and can get you a free kills once again.
You have the infamous nerd dart that was kind of rocking Reddit for a little bit. There's one for the default plant spot, and then there's one here for long plant. They work in the same way, are very similar. You do a 1 bar over the roof and then a 2 bar or a full charge by bouncing it off the wall to make them land at the same time. So we're gonna do the corner or default plant first, which is like the safest plant if you're taking the bomb site, but also the one that gives least sight from long. So you're gonna always be facing your back towards the wall, and then you're gonna just back off until these lines align with each other, like that, like this. And then you're gonna take your bottom left HUD line and just place it right in this open hole by the tree, like this, and do a 1 bar. And then straight after, you're just gonna aim for like the somewhere here on this wooden panel and do a 2 bar 1 bounce. So it's gonna look like this: 1 bar,
Shock dart.
2 bar 1 bounce.
Shock dart.
And then for the long plant, you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna align with the next line like this instead. And I recently changed this one to make it more consistent, because there were a few issues with the shock dart sometimes hitting this border here and then failing, which is why I now do a full charge bounce further down on the wall for the second arrow, but the first arrow is still the same. So you're gonna put your mouse button icon right here in this little crack like that, the left mouse button icon, and do a 1 bar. And then you're gonna aim down and just look at this line here and do a 1 bounce full charge. So 1 bar,
Shock dart.
1 bounce full charge.
Shock dart.
One very easy one is this corner like that, and just aim for this big leaf. Just like that. Just
Revealing
tap it.
area.
Super easy, super strong. Lands right there. It's so good. This is kind of gimmicky, but it has its potential in certain situations. You can actually hit a default plant on A with a insane shock dart all the way from here, or you can slightly change it so it hits on top of the box and reveals instead with a recon. So you get into this corner, and then you're going to use each side of this wooden panel for each one. So the shock darts, you're going to use the right side, and the recon, you're going to use the left side. So I'm taking my HUD line at the bottom right, you see, there. So this is going to be the shock dart spot, and this is going to be the recon spot. And these are going to be full charge. So I'm shooting first the shock dart spot,
Revealing area.
and then the recon spot.
Revealing area.
A nice double shock dart that hits the orb that you can do even if you're smoked off from backside. You walk on this line next to the door, you do a 1 bar where you put the bottom left HUD line right here. So it's the middle line, and then this corner next to the middle line, do a 1 bar. And then afterwards, you're gonna put your charge bar into this area here like this, and do a jump 1 bar. So it's gonna look like this. 1 bar, jump 1 bar. Off of this wall and hitting anywhere in this area around the default plant. So since it's smoked off, you can't really be that accurate usually, but it's basically trying to get a shock dart that goes something like this.
Area.
And then landing somewhere here or even slightly lower so it lands closer to default plant. But bear in mind that if it's walled off, obviously you need to aim above the wall. But if it's smoked off, you can probably aim lower. Just get a sharp angle like this until maybe this one just disappears like that. And do 2 bar, 2 bounce and aim a bit lower.
Area.
And then it's gonna land right here, which is gonna damage the planter quite a lot. Nice double shock dart you can use for C default is to stand here in this corner. And then you're first gonna use the tip of this wooden panel and put your drone icon, you see here, the green bar under your drone icon, just put that at the tip of this one and do a 1 bar. And then afterwards, you're gonna do an insta shot by putting your HUD line down there. See? Like that. So, it's gonna look like this. 1 bar,
Revealing area.
insta
Revealing
shot.
area.
Shout out to Fickle Platypus for finding this.
Oh, brimstone main. Kijk W.
Shock dart. Trick shot.
Told ya! Did you know that if you double bounce or shock darts, it gives you an audio cue if you take out enemy utility? So, if you want to take out Cypher's anti-flank
Right here.
trips here
Right
and
here.
here, you can do this one by getting into this corner, placing your left diamond next to this flower, do a click double bounce.
Any angle.
He says any angle. And then you can do the same thing on C. You have all the tripwires in this opening. You get into the box here, default. You just aim at in the middle here, next to the corner. Full charge, double bounce, easy
Shock
peasy.
dart. Trick shot.
And he says trick shot.